standing by. The Terry and Ted podcast is brought to you by the UPS Store Canada, now with over 400 locations across Canada.
Hi there, Terry DeMonte, along with Ted Bird across the desk for me. Hello, Ted Bird.
How do you do?
Doing just fine, thank you, on this Wednesday, the 10th of September.
Already?
Yeah.
The 10th of September.
I don't know if you noticed, but up north, it changed like that. It was like summer, fall. And last night...
Well, that's the way the change of season works around here.
Yeah, I know, but...
It's not gradual.
Sometimes you get that Indian summer vibe, so there's like a week...
Well, that could still come. That could come in October.
I sure hope it does, because last night up north, it was 4. Count them. 4. And it's a little early for 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should reintroduce ourselves. Somebody was mentioned this week. There may be new listeners, new viewers, new downloaders to the podcast. If you're wondering what the hell this is all about, Ted and I worked in radio for 1,000 years together, became good friends over the years. And when both of us stepped away from radio broadcasting, we picked this up for fun, and it's been a lot of fun so far, and people seem to enjoy it. It's a political-free zone. We talk every week about things that are going on in and around Montreal, because we love Montreal, and we hear from Montrealers and ex-Montrealers all across the planet. And you can start by going to our website, terryandtedpodcast.com. I know some people had some trouble finding the YouTube episode last week when we started the new season. The best thing to do is just go to the website, terryandtedpodcast.com. If you go to the website, you'll see there's a crawler across the top of the website. You click on it, takes you right to YouTube. And as always, because we have a new YouTube channel, if you could subscribe to that channel, that would help us a great deal.
We'd be much obliged.
Yeah, and then the episode goes right into you get the episode delivered as soon as it's uploaded. So
right.
That's, you be able to find all the info you need, terryandtedpodcast.com.
You don't need to put your looking teeth in like this and go, where's it?
Can't find the episode. What? Anyway, so... we got a lot of nice feedback last week. A lot of people are back for another season. Some people are just discovering the podcast, and I guess it's kind of like listening to one of our old radio shows, which means nothing to you if you never heard us do a radio show. But this is what we used to do.
Yeah, with music interspersed.
Yeah, we came in semi-prepared.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. I always came in prepared, but nothing was ever scripted.
No.
Ever.
No.
I mean, we did have scripted things, like when we did Westmount.
Yeah.
But you never knew what I was throwing your way. And on this particular podcast, Ted does the tweet sheet, and I'm not allowed to look at that, just like you were not allowed to look at my stack of magazines.
That's right.
Yeah. Good times.
Remember the time you brought in Swank?
What? What? Oh. I never read Swank.
1970s pornography reference.
Yeah. I never read Swank.
I don't think anybody did.
We're also encouraged, by the way, let me first, before we get to that, let's get to this. Our title sponsor are the good people at the UPS store. Ted was in the UPS store just recently.
I was at the UPS store on the Island of Parrots this week with Jason Liverman, who is the franchisee in Ile-Perrot, and at the Walmart in Vaudreuil. Sandy McElroy, a radio acquaintance of ours, was postulating on social media that he could use some Montreal bagels.
Oh.
So Jason not only shipped them, he picked them up.
No way.
Yeah, Jason picked them up, and I went out to the store, and he already had them all packaged up, and we shipped them off to Texas. Overnight delivery to Texas. Montreal bagels.
How about that?
Yeah, and Sandy was very excited. Sandy already knows that it's lox and cream cheese is the way to... I mean, you can put anything you want on them. But he said he's going to go get some lox and cream cheese, and he said, I'll return the favor by shipping us some Texas barbecue. That could be a bit messy.
I would think so. That we were on Sandy's podcast.
I don't know if we were on Sandy's podcast. We did something with Sandy during the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a podcast or I guess it was, yeah.
Anyway, lovely guy.
Yeah.
We chatted radio with him for about an hour.
Yeah, he does a morning show in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, with our old friend Mark. We were at his studio.
Mark Stafford, yeah.
That's right. Anyway, that's an example of what UPS can do for you. They can ship bagels. If you need bagels shipped to Texas.
They can ship anything you need shipped.
Yeah. The UPS Store Canada, there's over 400 locations across the country, and this podcast is presented by the UPS Store Canada, and we're deeply grateful for that. All right, now let's dive into the mailbag, shall we?
Yes.
I thought we would mention some of the mail because we did get, for us, a fair amount of mail. This after one episode, letters poured in electronically.
Letters, plural.
Yes. Hi, Terry and Ted. Welcome back. Listen to the first episode. Very happy to have you back. You're on my list of do not miss podcast. I'm in Quebec City, but I lived in Montreal for 20 years, so listening to you both takes me back. It's also nice to keep up to date on what's happening in the city. That's the podcast in a nutshell right there. And Melinda has sent this note from Quebec City, Melinda Bureau, and she was commenting on your train comments. She's saying the train is lovely, but not always on time.
Yeah, well, apparently there's some kind of a dispute going on with CN and VIA.
Yeah.
Read the tracks between Quebec City and Montreal, and Linda has paid the price.
Melinda,
yes, has paid the price as a regular passenger on that route.
Thanks for the kind words, Melinda, and thanks for taking the time to send us mail. And she says her favorite segments include the tweet sheet and my viewing recommendations. Those are coming up on today's podcast. We got a note from Karen Bloom, who said, just wanted to send you a note, say thank you for your amazing podcast. It's such a treat to listen to you both. Your chemistry is so special. And in our new world of media, this format is perfect for your strengths. Your interviews are excellent, and you brought us such interesting topics and great guests. Your honesty, humility, humanity, and most of all, your sense of humor woven beautifully into each episode.
You wrote that, didn't you?
Yeah, you would think.
You know, when it comes to humility, I like to think that we're the best.
And here, I'll give you a couple to read too, Ted. Sorry about that. I should have thought of that.
Put my looking teeth in, though.
And Karen gave us some suggestions for some live episodes she would love to hear. Be nice to see you guys visit with Pierre Hood, Dave Stubbs, Tony Marinaro, Stu Cowan. That would be a hockey talk. Karen, thanks for the note. Appreciate that. You got a note specifically. We got a note from Stephen Bastianenson. I hope I'm doing that right, Stephen. Thank you from Phoenix. Having left Montreal 27 years ago and grown up listening to you both every day, I look forward to the release of every new episode. And you answered, Stephen, by telling him you loved the Southwest, Ted.
I sure do. I don't know how much I'd like it in July and August, but I love the lay of the land in that part of the United States, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada. Every time I'm there, I think I've been there twice. But it feels like I'm in a John Wayne movie or a Roadrunner cartoon.
Got you.
Just the lay of the land. This is a nice note from Elaine, who was talking about our reminiscing of Expo 67 and my Air Canada flight on the old on the old Vanguard twin prop airplane. And she was saying that when she was a young kid, they were all carted off to Dorval Airport on buses from school, I assume. We had a tour on an Air Canada DC-8 that circled around Montreal. As I recall, it lasted no more than 25 minutes between takeoff and landing. For many of my classmates, this was a first experience on a plane. And of course, there were a few parents along for the ride, as for any field trip. I think it cost $15 or some ridiculously cheap amount. Anyway, she remembered it very well. I think as most people do with their first experience with flight. And speaking of Expo 67, a couple of people, and I don't have their names, and I apologize, but they pointed out that ride that I couldn't remember the name of, where I said we went into a big sort of a globe, and it was kind of an outer space vibe. It was, in fact, a pyramid, and it was called the Gyrotron.
Okay.
And by today's standards, it would probably seem pretty corny by today's special effects standards, but at the time, and for an 8-year-old, it was absolutely mind-boggling. The Gyrotron, it was called. So thank you to those who wrote in to say that's what I was talking about.
She was also mentioning flights, useless fun flights around the island. Donald K. Donald once had a press conference on an L-1011 circling the city.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Sylvie Brunetta and all of Donald K. Donald's staff were there to announce.
Were you on it?
Yeah, the Rolling Stones were coming to town.
Oh, wow.
And I was invited, this is pre-9/11, I was invited up to the cockpit to sit in the jump seat in the cockpit while we flew over the Laurentians, and the pilot went to look at his cottage. And and what I didn't realize was we were flying so low and making so many turns, everybody in the back was barfing. But I had a nice time. So I do remember those days when they did that. Sharon Schwartz sent a nice note, asked me if I saw Sunday Best, the documentary on Ed Sullivan. Did see it, Sharon. Thank you for the note. Barb McCauley is back with us every Wednesday morning. Thanks for the nice note, Barb. And Todd sent us a note describing the sadness along St. Catherine from Barrie to Papineau. He said, quote, "It's like an open-air insane asylum. I think the city has lost control over the area." Having been there at the beginning of the summer, I agree with you, Todd. Thank you for the note.
Scott Corbett from Loyola. I have a son who's a proud Loyola grad.
Yes.
Sam Bird, class of 2016. Scott wanted to let us know about the 26th annual Loyola Golf Tournament taking place at Royal Montreal on Monday, September 29th. The blue course is already sold out, he says, but we've just opened the red course and still have a few foursomes available. We're also seeking sponsors and prize donations. All proceeds support the Loyola Bursary Fund, which provides financial aid to students and families with demonstrated need. Through full and partial bursaries, Loyola ensures that talented students can access a Loyola education regardless of financial barriers. So go to loyola.ca/golf if you want to get involved as a golfer and or a sponsor. That's a great school, Loyola.
No kidding.
Yep.
I agree 100%.
Their motto is men for others.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, and the kids live by that.
They sure do.
Yeah, they really do.
Sure do.
Yeah. So that's the mailbag for now. Thanks for the notes you sent. Couldn't read them all. If you want to send us a note, again, best thing to do, terryandtedpodcast.com. Go to the website. You can leave us a note there. And Ted and I, we check it every day, I think. You check it every day. Maybe I miss a day or two.
Yeah. Well, I'm addicted to my phone like so many people are,
Yeah.
so I'm checking everything every day.
Yeah, if you want to send us a note, we're more than happy to take your input, your applause, or your criticism at terryandtedpodcast.com. Now, I want to talk about a few things, and we do have some guests coming in, and I don't want to keep them waiting too long. We have some things to cover. Your post on Ken Dryden, Ted, was beautiful, I thought.
Thank you. I don't
Just saying.
even remember what I said.
You don't?
No.
Really?
Just something to the effect of we are diminished by his passing.
Yeah, it was a beautiful post. And you know what I liked about your post? I find that in this day and age, when somebody with a profile leaves us, people use that as an opportunity to brag about them meeting that person.
To make it about themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not criticizing, because I know it's exciting if you met Ken Dryden or you met Guy Lafleur or you met somebody who's passing you want to mark. But I liked yours because it was a tribute to the man, not a tribute to the moment you met the man.
Right.
You know who did some incredible stuff this week too on
I know who you're going to
Go
say.
ahead.
Dave Stubbs.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dave Stubbs has done some unbelievable stuff this week. And the passing of Ken Dryden particularly is a kick in the nuts for guys our age, because that represents high school and an age that, you just don't think is going to come to an end. I get it. All things have to come to an end. But Dryden was one that caught a lot of people by surprise. Scotty
It
Bowman.
caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was ill.
No, Scotty Bowman said on a podcast in these last couple of days that Dryden knew a couple of years ago that he had about a couple of years to go.
Wow.
And kept it to himself and didn't want any fuss, and didn't want it to be a public spectacle, which is typical of the man. I didn't know Ken Dryden. I was very, very lucky when I was in my 30s. I got to interview him on a TV show I was hosting, and he popped by the radio station a couple of times. And he was everything that you've read.
Yeah.
Kind and decent and made you feel special when he spoke to you. And what a remarkable life. I mean, he had all kinds of unbelievable chapters.
Yeah.
You know, I remember being a kid and being so mad at him because he went to law school. He left the Canadians to go to law school, and I couldn't understand it because I was
also a member of Parliament and a cabinet minister.
Yep.
I think in the Liberal government of Paul Martin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But not a polarizing figure
Not
politically at all. Universally respected
Yeah.
and admired.
and president of the Toronto Maple Leafs for a couple of
That's
years.
right. Yeah, that kind of slipped my mind.
Yeah,
I think that
me
slipped
too.
a lot of people's
Me
minds. I
too.
forgot about
Yeah.
the Leafs link. And then within, I think, 2 days of Ken Dryden passing, someone else with a strong Montreal connection, I think, Rick Davies,
Yes.
co-founder of
Yeah.
Supertramp.
Yeah.
Now, I know Supertramp is a British band, but
Yeah.
it has such a strong
Does it
Montreal connection. They were one of those bands, I remember you saying back in the day that Supertramp might play in a club in the States for 200 people, and then they'd come to Montreal and get like 20,000
Sell out the Forum.
at the Forum. Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Quentin was devastated by the passing of Dryden and Rick Davies. You know, those are two sort of watermarks from our teenage years. Rick Davies, I think, was 81.
He was 81, yeah.
And had been battling cancer for a very long time. And as you point out, what a mark they left on music, but they left a real mark on Montrealers.
Yeah.
Roger Hodgson, who I've managed to gain acquaintance with over the last 10 years, the way the band spoke about Montreal was, you know, it was almost that word.
Right. And we've talked in the past
Yeah.
about how music, certain songs take
Yeah.
you to a certain time and a certain place. Every Supertramp song takes me to Green Avenue in Westmount.
Absolutely.
Every
Yeah.
single one of them.
Yeah.
Because that's where the old Shome building was. But my introduction to Supertramp was in 1979 when it wasn't my introduction, but in 1979, I worked at CKGM when it was in the same, when it was at 1310. Shome was still in the old haunted mansion on Green Avenue. And that was the year that Breakfast in America came out.
Yeah.
And
My
that just left an indelible stamp.
Well, I remember the year that came out, that song, that all the songs on that album were all over the radio, every radio station, everywhere across North America. My introduction to Supertramp and Krista Berg, two key artists for Montrealers of the 1970s, came from my buddy Quentin Newman, who is, without a doubt, the biggest Supertramp fan on the planet, I think. Thank you, Quentin. Now, just before we move away from hockey, can you explain the Carey Price trade to me?
Nope.
Okay. We'll be
I
right
think
back.
I think it's a paperwork move.
Yeah, that's what I gather.
Yeah, they
that
traded
they're
him.
trying to get rid of his
They're trying to create salary cap
right.
space.
So what's fascinating to me is what's in that for
San Jose?
Yeah,
I don't know.
what's in it for them?
I have no idea.
you know, like
Yeah.
okay, we'll pay him now.
Yeah.
It's I mean, obviously I'm not a hockey general manager and somebody will explain it to me, but they traded Carey Price, but he doesn't play anymore. Yeah, but they're going to take his salary, so takes the
So what's in
salary
it for
cap.
San Jose? I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless there are some behind the scenes going on that we're not privy to, I'm not sure. It's a bit of a shame to me that he's not, like he should be a Montreal Canadian and nothing else.
Yeah.
You know?
I've been told, the grapevine says that he will re-sign with the Habs and then retire, so
Okay.
that they're able to he's able to retire as a Canadian.
Right.
And I think he even tweeted out, or his wife did, always will be a Montreal Canadian.
Yeah.
So I just, because I'm not following the business of hockey, I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
And I thought, I know, Ted will be able to explain it to me.
No, sir, not a bit.
More in-depth hockey stories next week. Okay, shall we invite our guests in so that we're not rude?
We shall.
Okay. Ted is going to bring in a couple of guests. You will see a musical interlude. What? You will hear a musical interlude, and if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a fascinating slide to stare at. We'll be right back. Just before we introduce you to our guests, we have to say hi to our good friend Sugar Sammy, Ted.
Sugar Sammy has a series of shows coming up at the end of September in Montreal, English-only shows. Si vous parlez et comprendre le français comme moi,
Oui.
vous go à those shows. Parce que mon français est une catastrophe.
We should start a language school.
Go to sugarsammy.com to see the show dates and to get tickets. He's also got a show coming up in conjunction with his brother Sid, who's a local comedy promoter. Sammy is going to, I believe he's going to MC this show, and it's going to feature about half a dozen up-and-coming young Montreal comics. It'll be a dandy. It'll be a chance to see Sammy in a local venue, interacting at a very intimate level.
I was going to say that's a great opportunity to see a star who's at another level in a smaller venue, helping out up-and-coming comedians.
Yeah, and that's Sammy.
That's Sammy
That's
all
Sammy
over.
giving back.
Yeah.
Go to mtlcomedyclub.com for tickets to that show and sugarsammy.com for tickets to his own shows.
And when you go to sugarsammy.com, boy, what an easy website to navigate. You pick your city, and you can find out if there's tickets available for the show in your city. And you can also follow along his unbelievable schedule that's going to take him everywhere from downtown Montreal to Dubai and all across America in 2026. sugarsammy.com. Would you like to introduce our guests, please, Ted?
I would. Lynn and Randy Aziz are joining us to talk about the Jackie Aziz Adolescent and Young Adult, or AYA, program at the Cedars Cancer Center, which they established in honor and in memory of their daughter, Jackie. And this is I've thought so much about this, and it's so delicate and difficult. I don't think I've ever interviewed anyone in this context before. So before we talk about Jackie's story and her legacy, let's start here. Tell us about Jackie.
Well, I'll let Lynn start because Jackie and Lynn were amazingly close. So go ahead.
Lynn, get as close to that as you can.
I will do my best. Jackie, she's the youngest of our 3 children. She had the biggest heart, and she always wanted to help others from when she was young, when she was like 4 years old, having lemonade stands for Sarah Cook's Fund at the Children's, or she was just that type of person. So also she was extremely social, had a lot of friends in all areas of the city who she was thrilled when they all came together at Marianopolis, and she had them all in one space. She was great at bringing people together and always had gatherings and parties and trips planned at our house or out or wherever they were. So she was great. We really miss her.
When did you lose her, Lynn?
2019, January 9th, 2019.
And she was how old?
She was 23, just before her 24th. She was diagnosed when she was 18. She I guess, I don't know what the right word is, whether it's struggled, battled, whatever. Fought through. I think she considers it fighting through, because her tattoo said, keep fighting. So she, over a 5-year period. Oh. And so it was a really crazy time.
What was the nature of the illness?
She was diagnosed with a undifferentiated soft tissue sarcoma. So it was a very rare, it didn't fall into any of the probably over 100 sarcoma categories. It was a very rare tumor. and very rare cancer. And it's we took her everywhere to try and we took her. She worked with the doctors here at the MUHC, but also in Toronto, and we took her to Boston and New York, and she did a clinical trial in in Toronto. So it was, we were always searching for the next thing. She had several recurrences over that 5-year period.
It became a crazy journey for us because we were told so many different things, but we knew it was going to be an uphill battle pretty much from the beginning. Within a year, we knew that she was in tough because she would have surgery, and then 6 months later, the cancer came back. So, and it happened again, and the cancer would come back. So, it really was a difficult journey. And the doctor did, her surgeon told us at one point. He said that, the fact that you were able to bring her and take her to different venues, different hospitals to try and get her cured, really Jackie felt the support of her family and her friends, and that really kept her going because she was in tough from early on in the cancer, in her diagnosis.
Was the fund established when she was still with you?
No.
Or
No,
after
but
she
it was
passed?
something she spoke about. I always remember her sitting in one of the doctor's appointments, and when we did some genetic testing for her, we had to send it to Boston at the time, but she said, why can't we start a fund for all cancer patients so they have access to this genomic testing, which helps to better understand the cancer and helps to offer targeted treatments for the patients. And at the time, there was very limited, they weren't really doing that much of that here. We did a little bit with the doctors here, but ended up sending it to Boston for the testing. What we're really, really excited about was last year with our AYA program and Dr. Rame Saleh, we were able to we are offering genomic testing for all AYA cancer patients. So that for us personally has been like a really great achievement in the program.
On the website, there's a beautiful picture of her and a quote that says, "Effecting positive change is all I ever wanted to do." And I guess that's an unbelievable way to honor her as you move forward. You and I had a conversation at a hockey game one night, Randy, and you were describing to me, and it's not an interesting story, a tough story to tell, but you were describing to me the darkness of the grief and moving forward, creating this organization help you sort of move forward a little bit. Am I oversimplifying that?
No, you describe it quite well. I think basically what this fund has created for us as a family, as it enabled us to keep Jackie's memory alive, and it's been so well supported by many people that we know, and also people that we don't know so well. People have really come together and supported this fund to the point where we've been able to hire 2 full-time people at the MUHC to work on Jackie's fund, work on the clinical trials that we've established for that the doctor has been establishing for patients. That's huge because clinical trials prove to be very important in finding different drugs and different ways to cure and extend people's lives. So that, along with a nurse navigator, so anybody who enters into this program, the AYA program, goes in and gets navigated through the system, which you can imagine at a young age is very, very daunting for these young patients to navigate the system. So we have somebody there to help them navigate the system. And we have another hire who works part-time with us and part-time with the Sarah Cook Fund at the Cedars office. So we've really established something in a short amount of time. And just back to your point, Terry, I think that what it's done is it allowed us as a family to really honor Jackie's memory in a really positive way. The hurt never goes away.
No,
it never goes away. But this helps us get through it really by doing something positive in her memory.
Our mutual friend David Garfinkel, who facilitated this interview, told me. He said, tell Randy he's got to lean on the heavy hitters more in the fundraising. He says you're too timid with the heavy hitters. And David himself is a heavy hitter.
Well said. No.
Well, you're like I guess you're like us. Okay, never mind.
Do you think you could? Oh, okay.
It's okay.
I think if I could just mention something, Randy, I think what's really has been amazing with this program is that we really haven't gone out and solicited anybody. This is people who have supported this
Have come to you.
have come
that's
to
nice.
us, and
Yeah.
that has
Maybe
been
that's the point David's making.
Yeah.
maybe. But that in itself has been.
But
so
that-
incredible
that
for us.
speaks very highly
heartwarming.
to-
But a lot of it, I would imagine, is about awareness. Number one, and also like making people aware of what you have to do when you're faced with such a battle, and also to help people get through it. As you pointed out, it's a daunting. Not only is the diagnosis daunting, but which way do you go, and how do you approach the fight must be unbelievably daunting.
It is, and I think that what we're attempting to do as a next level sort of part of the program is to work on the mental health side,
Right.
and I think that's a big part of getting through this type of diagnosis and suffering through the effects of cancer, the mental side of it. So if you're asking me, Ted, you made a point of what David said, but I think so far we've been able to work with people that have been unsolicited. I think we're moving forward where we're going to want to start soliciting people just to get through to the next phase of the program. So
you do. But after you.
No, I was going to say, I guess we don't have to promote your golf tournament because it's sold out.
it is. We sell it out because it's held at Arundel. And John Moore, who's the owner of Arundel, is a good friend of ours. And he basically works with us to make this happen. And it's been amazing. And we cap it at, we're at 112 players this year because we want to keep it, a lot of these charity tournaments that you go to, they're 5.5, 6 hour rounds.
Yeah.
We want this to people to go around in 4.5 hours max. So they enjoy it and they come back. And it's a terrific venue, and it's so well supported by John Moore and his family. We're really grateful for that.
I understand you've hit a golf ball or two in your day.
Yeah, I can tell you that at this stage, my game's not what it once was, but I've played a lot of golf.
Past club champion at Royal Montreal and past club captain at Royal Montreal. He's being modest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I caddied at Royal when I was a kid.
Did you?
And I've never played the course. Nobody would want to watch that absolute disaster. But I remember how challenging it was to play Royal Montreal for most people. And I would imagine you're a fairly accomplished golfer, I would think, Randy.
Over the
You break
years,
100 once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while. Once in a while. It's a difficult game, and I appreciate it a lot more today than I did 20 years ago. But no, and you mentioned Royal Montreal. The support that's come from the Royal Montreal community has been huge. I would say that about 70% of the people golfing in this tournament are members at Royal Montreal. We've also branched out. We're attempting with this golf tournament to get the younger groups involved, so they come up. That's why we've kept the price of the tournament reasonable in relation to other golf tournaments. So we want the younger 30-somethings to come out and support this and get involved in it because really they're the future for us of this program.
Yeah.
And they're Jackie's peers too. That's
Lynn, I see.
Oh, that's nice.
Before I ask you to give the website and tell people where they can go and stuff, I see you have notes in front of you. Is there anything that we're missing? Is there anything you wanted to mention that we didn't get to?
What I want people to know about cancers for like the AYA age group is 15 to 39. Okay, and there's a lot of medical challenges that people may not be aware of, and I think it's. I have okay. I'll
absolutely.
Just pick a few
Okay,
so there are terms like the AYA gap or the in-between population because AYAs don't fit neatly into the adult hospital, nor do they fit into the pediatric hospitals. And this is really something every AYA person that I speak with, AYAs are often have delayed or misdiagnosis at first, which leads to later stage cancers that are harder to treat. I want people to understand that if you have something, you're questioning it, don't hesitate. Go again, get a second opinion, do what you need to do. I don't want to create anxiety,
I think you make a great point because when you're 20, 3.
Yeah.
You're
And
indestructible.
You're
Yeah.
you
your own
feel
mind.
indestructible, and you're in good shape, and you can run on 2 hours sleep, and you think, that's probably a pain from last night,
Right.
and you're very hesitant to go
Right.
follow up on something.
And on the medical side too, doctors have low suspicion.
Yes,
They'll say, "Well,
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
check on it in 6 months." Now they're saying, "No, let's."
Yeah.
If a woman, a young person, goes in with a lump on her breast or whatever it is. I was talking to one surgical oncologist, and she says, "We used to say come back in 6 months. Now
Yeah.
we don't. We say, okay, no, we're going to do a biopsy here, or we're going to do further testing." And because they're seeing higher rates,
Yeah, there's
for AYAs.
A doctor told me there is a rise in colorectal cancer in people under 35,
Yes.
which stunned me. But at least it sounds like they're becoming more aware of it, and this probably helps.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's how many patients now in AYA?
There's about 2,200 AYAs being followed at the MUHC.
What AYA stands for?
Adolescent, young adult.
Right.
So the
Which is
15 to
50,
39 age
correct.
group.
Yeah.
2,200.
Yes.
Wow.
Just at the MUHC. So, yes.
Okay, where do people go if they want to get more information, they want to ask questions, they need help? Can they go directly to the website?
They can go to, we have a new website coming out in
Okay.
the fall.
All
It's
right.
JAXAYA cancer.ca. Jax was her nickname, Jackie's nickname.
JAX
AYA
AYA.
cancer.ca.
Okay.
And then we have our Instagram account, Jax_AYA Cedars, and our Facebook, Jax AYA Cedars.
And when I did a simple Google search, it took me right to the Jackie Aziz AYA program at cedars.ca.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
And there you can learn more
And
about the
you
program.
can learn more about the program, and you can contribute to this fund is right there.
Right.
This may be a stupid question, and forgive me if it is, but what advice do you have for people who are facing the kind of battle you both faced?
One day at a time.
Is that it?
One day at a time, and I was reaching out to so many people for help. So many people in the medical industry, the pharmaceutical industry. Do what you need to do, and don't hesitate. You have to advocate for yourself or for your child
Yeah.
or for your loved one who is going through this, because as you know, our medical system is a little challenged.
Yeah.
And that's why we have this nurse navigator in place to advocate and to help coordinate care. And also what's really important for this age group is to bring patients together to connect, because there's a lot of loneliness in cancer at this age, because their peers are so busy living their lives, reaching all the milestones, and they get left, these AYA patients, sort of, their life, Jackie used to say, my life is standing still and everybody else
Moving forward, yeah.
And they all feel that way. So did I answer your question?
You did. You absolutely did.
Can I just add one
Yeah,
thing?
go
I
ahead,
think it's
Randy.
important as well, is because when Jackie first got, we took her to the doctor. They misdiagnosed her. They thought it was just a sebaceous cyst, and it turned out that, after we finally took it out as a cyst, they tested it and found out it was cancer. So I would say really important, get second opinions as well, especially at that age group when things are a little more rare. So we got hit with that, with an initial misdiagnosis, and that
Jackie
really
specifically asked this. She was a dermatology oncologist. She asked her in her appointment, "Can this be cancer?" And she said, "No, it's not cancer, nor will it ever become cancerous."
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
5 weeks later, we had a diagnosis.
This is a remarkable path you both are on, and it's such a lovely way to honor her. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much
thanks
for having us.
We really appreciate
Thank
the time and the support from the community. Thank you.
We'll be right back. We're back, and our thanks go out to Randy and Lynn. That's that is just a really wonderful, noble thing they're doing, and what a load to carry that is.
I don't know if I'd have the strength.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the word I was looking for. They're very, very strong, and we'll have more information about we'll mention the website and stuff at the end of the podcast. My thanks to Randy and Lynn for coming in, and my thanks to Ted for inviting them. Nicely done, Ted.
Thank you. David Garfinkel arranged that.
Yes,
our great and good friend who is a tireless philanthropist. David likes to help.
Yes, he sure does. Yeah. He sure does.
Constantly promoting worthy causes, including the Jackie Aziz AYA program at the Cedars.
Yes. Now, we should mention our good friends. I feel so bad for our friends at Richer Jewelers.
Why?
Well, because they've been dealing with the flooding in their basement.
Oh, that, yeah.
They're in Dorval, and they're digging up something in Dorval, and water keeps coming into the basement.
I think they've been flooded 4 or 5 times.
Something like that. Yeah. Anyway, we popped in to see Linda and the gang, and we brought them our little poster that you'll see now when you go into Robert Richer Jewelers in Dorval. Don't go for the poster. Go for the amazing stuff that you can find at the store.
Yeah, I spoke to Linda yesterday, and this is September, so it's Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and they do the bracelets to raise money for the Quebec Suicide Prevention Association.
Yes.
Beautiful bracelets.
Yes.
$30.
Yeah.
$30.
Yep.
You don't have to go to the jewelry store and spend thousands of dollars.
Nope.
For $30. I'm going to go get one of those bracelets because I don't wear jewelry. I've got my watch, and that's it. And that's a beautiful bracelet. $15 goes to the Quebec Suicide Prevention Association. So that's a worthwhile investment on multiple levels. You'll have a beautiful bracelet, and you'll be helping a worthy cause.
It's one of the things I love about Robert Richer Jewelers. It's it's not a tiny store, but it's not a big store. It's family run, so you're welcomed with open arms. Nobody's going to pressure you into anything. They're very helpful, depending on what occasion that you want to celebrate. If you're buying something for a kid's graduation or birthday or whatever, or a Christmas gift for somebody perhaps you just met, and you're not looking to buy a diamond, that's okay too. I've talked about this before. I used to be intimidated to go into jewelry stores because I thought they would take one look at me and go, "Get out."
What are you doing here?
What do you think you're doing here? Anyway, Robert Richer Jewelers are just across from the Husenfau.
309 Dorval Avenue in Dorval.
Yeah, they'll look after you. It's a good place for me to tell the story after Ted and I went to see Linda and drop off the poster for them to put up at Robert Richer Jewelers. I said to Ted, I will follow you out to Ganawagi because we had business in Ganawagi. And I was driving behind Ted across the Mercier Bridge, which I haven't been on for a long, long time. And as we came off the bridge, I realized I was going to have to stop and get gas because I was running out of gas and I wanted to drive, I had to drive back home to the Laurentians. I was going to need gas. And I thought, well, I'll save a few cents because we're in Ganawagi. So I texted Ted, from the car with my voice, text Ted Bird. And I didn't hear from him, so I thought, oh, well, I'll have to call him. So I said to my apparatus in the car, call Ted Bird. And the phone went, and as the phone went, Ted slammed on the brakes and jutted to the right. I was right behind him, and as the phone rang in my car, the brake lights came on in his car, and he zigged to the right. And I thought, Jesus Christ, the ringing phone has frightened him. And I was laughing. Did it in fact frighten you, or is that?
No, it's because I can't, when I answer my phone in my car, I always have to change the speaker setting on my phone. I haven't figured out how to get it to go directly to the car sound system.
Which is why every time I phone you and you're in the car, you say, stand by.
Yeah, hang on
stand
for a
by,
minute.
hang on.
Hang on. Yeah. It's an old man bird thing. Like, it's an easily solvable problem, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I just need to get someone who's 40 years younger than me in the car to fix it for me. That was one of several old man bird moments I had this past week.
On the day, wasn't it?
Was it the same day?
You said this morning weren't you at the Costco and
IGA.
IGA.
I was at the IGA and I saw a parking spot and I went, "Ooh, I'm going to get that parking spot." And there was a curb right there, and I cleared it with the front wheels of my car, but I got it full on with the back wheels, so my car went right up over the curb. The back end of the car went right up over the curb and came down, kabang! And anyone who was watching must have gone, "Look at that stupid old bastard. He shouldn't still have his license. Somebody's going to take his driver's license away from him."
Anyway, I'll be more hesitant to phone you when you're in the car because, man, it was like watching a live skit. It was absolutely terrific. Hey, speaking of Costco, did you know that supposed to be as of September 1st, executive members only shop between 9 and 10? Did you see that?
I'm an executive member.
Oh, are you?
I
Okay.
am, yeah.
All right. Because we went to our Costco up north just the other day, and it didn't seem to be a thing. I don't think anybody was enforcing whatever that was.
What time did you go?
20 after 9?
Yeah. Well, that's one of my old man bird things is that I'm there before they open.
Yeah.
I don't go unless I'm waiting outside the door for them to open.
Yeah.
And I did that. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. And I was in and out by 9:07, like a Costco ninja.
Yeah.
Costco ninja.
Costco ninja.
I'm going to the Costco.
It reminds me of the guy I heard. What was it? Remember I told you? The guy, the CBC News reader? What was it he said?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
I don't remember, but I remember laughing.
Yeah.
And now
Oh, yeah. It was Northwest Territories. In the Northwest Territories. Actually, it's the CBC, so it was in the Northwest Territories.
Mister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read it was a big to-do. Apparently, a lot of people were pissed in the States that Costco was allowing executive members to shop between 9 and 10 before the rest of the
Well,
members.
9 a.m., like I say, to me, that's the only time to go.
Yeah.
If I'm not there when the doors open, I don't go. I'll wait till the next day.
We had that day that we were at the Casca. we had a day, and I was reflecting on it. Jess and I got up at 7 o'clock to go for breakfast at Petit Poussé up north, which is everybody who spends any time in the Laurentians knows it. It's a big sort of Quebecois kind of sucrerie kind of restaurant where you go for like a breakfast called Le Trappeur. We got up early that morning.
Like a 2,000 calorie breakfast kind of thing?
Yeah. And then went to Costco early morning. Not a great story, but it was one of those things that I thought to myself, 20 years ago, this isn't happening. I'm not setting an alarm to go for a breakfast at a restaurant up north. Yeah. Maybe I'm becoming a country gentleman.
Perhaps you are.
Maybe I am.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
I'd like to be a country gentleman.
Yeah, I like living in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds nice. Well, it is nice. I've been to your place. It's beautiful.
We're living in the country.
Yeah.
Thank you. We enjoy our house in the country. Something else I wanted to mention, I don't know if you saw this, 13 died.
No.
Yeah. He was only 97.
No. Cut down in his prime.
Yep.
Taken away with so much left to live for. Was he the one? Now, when Terry says 13, he's talking about Agent 13 on the old reference. Get Smart television series. Was the one who was always in hiding or in disguise?
Yes. He was always in a mailbox.
Or his head was in the bowling thing where the ball would come out. 13?
Yeah, it was an actor named David Ketchum, and he was an actor and a writer, and you saw his face everywhere on television in the 1960s. And he was, it was one of my favorite gags because I liked Get Smart because of the Mel Brooks sort of sense of humor that permeated that thing. And there he is there if you're watching on YouTube. Nice job, Mano. That's there he is in a mailbox. David Ketchum was the name of the actor and had quite a resume and was, I mean, what kind of mind thinks of, we'll put an agent in a mailbox.
Yeah, well, that's Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
My favorite Get Smart gag was his partner was Agent 99, played by Barbara Feldon. Was that her name? Yes. And he opened a closet one day, and Agent 99 was hanging upside down, and he goes, 66? Is that you?
That's one of those gags that they did for themselves. If you get it, great. And if you don't,
too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
66?
If you've never, I don't know, would it be dated?
Get Smart?
I guess it's dated.
I think it would. Yeah, maybe in some ways. I think it would stand the test of time. It was just so well written. It was very clever.
I would like to just get on my high horse for a minute and ask people to, for the love of God, will you please be careful with what you post on, especially Facebook, mostly Facebook, because Facebook is becoming inundated with AI. So, for example, this week, Rod Stewart as the Super Bowl halftime show. That's just patent bullshit. And you look at it, and I even for a second I thought, well, that can't be. Knowing the NFL today, they're not gonna put 80-year-old Rod Stewart on the halftime show on the Super Bowl because it was so well put together. But it's all AI, and it's trying to get you to click on that site so you can go through all their ads, blah blah blah. And a lot of people are posting these ridiculous things like pictures of Paul McCartney hugging Phil Collins. Pictures of Bruce Springsteen and Paul McCartney and Phil Collins together in front of a hospital bed. It's all bullshit.
It's clickbait.
It's clickbait. And a lot of people are posting it and saying, oh, look what I found. This is so touching and sweet.
Yeah.
Just be a little bit more if you can, because it's all part of the noise. It's all part of the fake news that gets spread around by social media, and it's becoming more prevalent. More people are posting these things and talking about how beautiful, how wonderful, and a lot of it is AI. Do your homework.
Yeah.
All you had to do, and I did, just to double check, Google Rod Stewart Super Bowl halftime show. It's not true. It's bullshit, and there's a lot of it on Facebook, and I don't think it's helpful.
No, it's not helpful at all, but it's the way of the world these days. So, even mainstream media now, I take everything they say with a grain of salt.
Well,
I've said this before. I look at multiple perspectives and come to my own conclusions.
I sent you the thing from Twitter that CTV News posted, that ice cream and soda pop were causing climate change.
Yeah.
I mean, Christ almighty, give your head a shake.
Yeah. And that was on CTV News.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That used to be.
Yeah, well, CTV News is real garbage. Like, they're even worse than CBC at this point. And no, seriously, like CBC has an agenda. CBC is they lean to the left.
Yeah.
But CTV has gone right off the rails.
Well,
and I'm not sure why.
I don't know what serious person could post that headline.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're hiring children.
Well, that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I would say young and unqualified. I was young once in the broadcast business, but you had to have.
Well, yeah, you were in Churchill.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
where you learned. I learned in Charlottetown.
Yeah.
We didn't start out at the network.
Yeah, I was talking to 2,200 people and 100 polar bears. We'll be right back. That's true. Google it. Churchill is the polar bear capital of the world.
They say they're the most dangerous bears,
Oh
eh?
yeah. Oh yeah. Eat you for dinner in a heartbeat.
Like more dangerous than grizzlies?
I don't know because
I've never been attacked by either.
No.
Did you get polar bear warnings when you lived
Absolutely.
at Churchill?
Yeah. There when we worked at the because I was part of the morning crew, and it was a radio station that was in a wooden building on the shores of Hudson Bay, where Peter Mansbridge got his start.
Really?
Peter Mansbridge got his start as an airport announcer, and the manager of the CBC radio station in Churchill heard him on the microphone announcing the departure of Transair flights up there, and said, "I like your sound. You should come in." And that's how Peter Mansbridge got started.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
From that to the national news desk.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, in that radio station, we had to go there at 5 a.m. and turn it on, literally turn it on, like flick the switch and turn the transmitter on and do all of that stuff. And because of the time of day it was, we had to check with the the local army base to make sure there were no bears in town before you left the house.
Wow.
Yeah. During bear season, it was quite a scenario.
It's very Canadian.
Very Canadian start to a broadcast career. I was there when I was 19. I would like to go back and look at Churchill through my 67-year-old eyes, because when I was 19, I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Merson and their 8th annual preseason tire sale?
I think we should. And also, we should mention that you're going to be there and I'm going to be there, but on different days.
I'm going to be there next Wednesday, September 17th. The tire sale kicks off on the 15th. It runs from the 15th to the 20th. Buy your winter tires during those dates. You'll get up to $100 on invoice instant rebates and a chance to win back the purchase of the tires at a value of up to $1,000. So you can possibly outfit your car with winter tires for nothing. Register online to facilitate your winter tire purchase. They'll know you're coming. They'll know your car make. They'll know the tire size, the model year, everything that they need to know to streamline the process. Tire sale details in the registration form will be the first thing you see when you go to their website, mersonauto.com.
And on the 20th, which is the Saturday, they're having their Merson Hullabaloo.
That's right.
And when I say Merson Hullabaloo, that's not what it's called. But every year they have...
It's a party.
It's a bit of a party.
Yeah, to wrap up the tire sale.
They got some food and some refreshments and, the odd balloon or two. And I'm going to be there just to say hello.
I can't be there that day because I'm flying to New York to see the Giants get the living shit kicked out of them by the Chiefs.
Not a great time for the Giants again this year.
I was so cautiously optimistic this year.
Yeah.
And one play into the season opener, I went, well, they still suck.
You know what we did the other? Did you stay up for the Buffalo Bills game?
No, but I happened to catch the
Christ.
replay of the last 5 minutes last night. That was exciting.
Yeah, we went to bed. That was stupid. Not last night. We went to bed. Last night we stayed up till the bitter end.
The Monday night game?
Yeah, to see the Bears and the
right. Yeah.
The Bears and the
Vikings.
Thank you. Yeah, because Jess is a big Vikings fan. Anyway, at the Mersons on the Saturday, the 20th, I'm going to be there between 11 and 1. So if you want to come say hi or want to ask a question or, just say hello, what are you doing here? I'd love to see you at the Mersons on the 20th. And by the way, you also told me you got a note from our friends Trish at Accutech.
I did, yes. Let me put my looking teeth back in.
Would you put your looking teeth back in?
So
because
that I can read that.
our-
Accutech Electronic are back for another year.
Yes, we're thrilled to have the folks at Accutech
as
back.
a sponsor. And Trish said to open the season, please remind listeners that during the fall, it's time to get any heating issues taken care of. A lot of people are moving towards getting rid of oil furnaces to either electric boilers or electric baseboard heating. What do you guys have at your place, Darren?
We have fancy in the floor heating, like under the floor. I forget what it's called, but it's
it's electric heating.
Yes, it's Magic Electric.
Yeah, Trish says Accutech can help plan and do all the work for those issues, as well as any service entrance or panel upgrades that might be needed to go along with that. That's just one of many different kinds of services that you can get from Accutech Electric. You can find them online at accutech.ca, ACUTECH.ca.
Another family business that's been in the game since 1995. And as we say every week, you don't always need an electrician on hand, but remember the name Accutech when it comes up and you need something done. Accutech, the good people there and the family that runs that business will look after you and your family.
Tweet sheet, old boy?
I think so. It's
Yeah.
we'll do the tweet sheet. Why not?
Let's start with this one from @Quartz Jixler. Because fat-bottomed girls make the rockin' world go round, Your Honor. I think that'd be good for at least one night in jail for contempt of court,
I
don't
think
you?
so, yeah. Not much of an argument there.
No.
Yeah.
From @Calvin McLeod, Dad's Anonymous. Dad, go on, it's safe here. Me. Sometimes I don't cut the grass in a pattern. One dad vomits, another stops grilling entirely. Isn't that a great visual?
It is.
Those are good dad jokes. Good dad references. And from @CJoiner, you'll catch more flies with honey than with vinegar, and the most flies with a huge pile of shit. So what are we even talking about?
Have we had him before? That's great.
I'm not sure, possibly. But he makes a good point, doesn't he? What are you buying honey and vinegar for?
Just get a dried piece of shit.
You want flies?
Oh, man. I thought we would, I thought I would mention some of the things that I had been watching this week, because we like to, I like to mention things that I've been wasting my time with on the Boob Tube, and some of the things that I like to recommend.
Quality programming is not a waste of time, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree with you. First of all, I thought I would mention this to you. Landman is coming back.
Landman. Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton.
So is SAS Rogue Heroes.
Yes. Is it?
Yeah.
When does it start?
Sometime next year. I think they're starting filming this month. And so the series will be, the season will be released in 2026.
Landman is so good. It's so good.
It
Billy
didn't
Bob.
keep me.
Hey?
It didn't keep me.
I don't know how you didn't keep you. I could watch Billy Bob.
I think it's because I was
Thornton's-
being consumed by Mobland at the time.
Maybe.
So maybe I need to go back to Landman.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did with Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Because somebody said to me this week, I can't believe you didn't watch Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders came out in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Jess were so consumed with it. We binged the whole thing. It was from 2013 to 2022. And I said to Jess, I'm glad I didn't watch this in 2013 because I tried and I just couldn't get into the first episode. I don't know, maybe it was, sometimes it's your mood or you're just, you're distracted or whatever.
Well, you said last week that it was that premiere episode was sort of an introductory.
Yeah.
They were developing the characters and it just
wandered a bit.
Yeah, I tried to watch it too. And
Yeah.
I think I was maybe 15, 20 minutes in and I went, no, this is not for me.
One of the greatest television shows we've ever watched. And if you're a Peaky Blinders fan, you know all about it. It ran from 2013 to 2022. And there is a movie they've just finished shooting with Cillian Murphy. And a lot of the characters are returning. It's supposed to be in theaters early 2026.
A Peaky Blinders movie?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's called Immortal Man. And it should be out, they say, by Christmas or early 2026. And speaking of things that are coming, I don't know if you saw this week. They, at the Toronto International Film Festival, they had the premiere of the documentary about John Candy.
I saw the trailer for that, and the trailer choked me up.
Yeah.
I'd be an absolute mess watching the whole thing.
Yeah, I think you're going to need a number of Kleenex watching this documentary. It's out October 10th on Prime, and Colin Hanks directed it.
That's Tom Hanks' son, yes?
Tom Hanks' son Colin did a terrific job. I don't know if you've ever seen this. He did a documentary on Tower Records. And if you're a music fan, it is fantastic. If you want to Google the documentary Tower Records, that was Colin Hanks' first documentary. This, I believe, is his second, and he produced it with the help of Ryan Reynolds, who's a big John Candy fan. And like I said, like Ted said, get ready to have the Kleenex, I think, standing by.
Yeah,
Because,
if you missed John Candy's heyday, you missed a national treasure.
Absolutely. 47, I think.
43.
43 when he died.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing that we watched this week, if you're looking for an absolute piece of junk, like a wonderful piece of junk, this is like cotton candy for the brain. It's called Catfish on Netflix. And catfishing, it's the story about kids in a small high school in Michigan, and that's all I can tell you because the ending is...
Is it fiction?
No.
It's a doc?
It's a documentary about something that happened to a girl in this high school with the phones and the texting and the bullying by text.
Cautionary tale?
Cautionary tale and stunning. Like just stunning. When you find out what's going on, you cannot believe your eyes and ears. That's all I want to tell you about it. And listen, it's not it's not the Guns of Navarone.
Gregory Peck's not in it?
No.
Or David Niven?
Yeah, this is it's not The Godfather. This is absolute junk, but it's terrific junk. It's called Catfish, and it's on Netflix. Can't recommend it enough if you're looking for a really good piece of junk.
It's like a bag of real salty chips.
Bag of real salty chips, followed by 6 or 7 Kit Kats. I want to say a quick hello to my doctor, Dr. Smilovich.
Vinny Boom Bats?
Dr. Vinny Boom Bats, hey. There's a nice reference.
Yeah.
Dr. Smilovich is my cardiologist, and I'm mentioning him because I had a follow-up because, as you know, you might not know, I had open heart surgery in January of 2023. Dr. Smilovich is the man who started the journey that really helped save my life. And I wanted to say thank you to him because he took me back as a patient. You know, I went off to BC and then I came back and he said, I'd love to see you. And we got reacquainted this past week. Dr. Smilovich is a renowned cardiologist and a really, really nice man and was a longtime listener of us when we worked on the radio. And I want to encourage you to go get a stethoscope check. There's a website called heartvalvevoice.ca, heartvalvevoice.ca. They're doing free stethoscope checks because a lot of people don't go to the doctor. A lot of people haven't had a stethoscope on their chest in a long time, and you shouldn't fuck with it. You should make sure that someone has at least listened to your heart in the last few years. If you haven't been in a while, if you go to heartvalvevoice.ca, there's some free what they call stethoscope checks. Thank you, Mano. There's the slide if you're watching on YouTube, heartvalvevoice.ca. Heart valve disease is common, serious, but treatable. And I thought I would mention it, and you can learn more about heart valve disease and find out more about where you can get a stethoscope check without going to a doctor's appointment at that spot. And I also want to say good morning, hello to the... That's an old habit that dies hard,
you work morning radio for 45 years, that'll happen.
The DeVito family at NDG Bakery, they listen all the time. Every time I go in there for the world's greatest tomato pizza, they're like, hey, I heard the podcast, really enjoy it.
Nice.
Yeah, so NDG Bakery, they're just a lovely family that have been there for 1,000 years. If you live in the neighborhood, you know what I'm talking about. I always get a nice compliment from them.
How did you enjoy your introduction to Playground in Ganawage?
I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm not a gambler.
No, nor am I.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating just to go and see the place.
It's really quite stunning.
Yeah.
And I said to Ted, they don't need to advertise.
No,
They-
they're doing okay.
The parking lot on a Wednesday morning was packed. Ted and I went for lunch.
Yeah, we had
the
lunch
Rail?
at the Rail Coal-Fired Bistro. Strongly recommended.
Yes, and that's the scene of the $5 breakfast.
Wednesday mornings they have a $5 breakfast.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I've never seen so many. I mean, it was like being in Vegas.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
And I was quite surprised,
Yeah.
taken back
What was
by
it?
that.
What was it? Phil from Playground said it's Vegas without the flight.
Yes. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It's amazing how, like, just, stone's throw from LaSalle and, you're in really a gambler's sort of paradise.
Yeah. Slot machines, electronic blackjack, roulette, baccarat, as I like to say.
Yeah.
44 poker tables, and this
Yes.
is what I love. If you buy into a cash poker game at Playground, they'll feed you and give you drinks.
And here's the thing. I found out that day, like I said to Phil, oh boy, this poker thing intimidates me. He said, don't be ridiculous. Some people are playing at a $10 table.
Yeah.
Like it's a $50 buy-in or
Yeah.
something. You sit there and play for as long as you want. And they bring food and drink.
I thought to myself, if I can play my
Yeah.
cards right, I'll never have to buy groceries again. I'll just eat at Playground while I'm playing cards.
I got a bunch of different colors. Does this work?
8 high, read 'em and weep, boys.
9 of diamonds. Is that good? Yeah. So we're not poker players, but listen, if you've never been over,
Yeah.
and you're looking for, and this is what Phil said to us. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. You don't have to be a gambler. If you want to, like I always thought, even when I went to Vegas, you take a certain amount of money and you say, I'm gonna have some fun for a couple hours.
Yeah. What I do is I take $100 or $200 bucks if I have it, and
Yeah.
I'll go to the blackjack table and I lose it or double it. That's
Yeah.
my rule.
Yeah, there you go.
If it's gone, I'm gone. If I turn 100 into 200, I'm gone.
If you've never been, go.
Yeah.
Because it really, it's everything you think it is and more. I
Yeah.
was really, really
Yeah,
impressed.
and free on-site valet parking.
Yeah.
Which is big.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about parking. It's all taken care of. And 3 restaurants on site, and every one of them a home run.
Yeah, it really was. I'm glad to have them on board because it's, you've heard about them for years, and I've never been. I kept hearing about it, and never been. And that's why I crossed the Mercier Bridge behind Ted
That's
Bird.
right. And it scared me when he phoned me. You can check out their website at playground.ca and register on their website. And that way you facilitate or streamline the process for when you get there. You don't show up with a bunch of cash and start playing. You need a card.
Yes.
You need to be registered, and you play the slots.
Yeah.
And you play the electronic blackjack and roulette and what have you with a card.
Yeah, I was looking to throw $20 in the garbage as soon as I got there, but no, because
Speaking of streamlining the process.
you can usually walk through a casino and stop at a machine and just put a 20 in, and kiss it goodbye. Usually, or sometimes, you win big.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the house always wins.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the gambling industry. But that's not to say, and Phil was telling us, they on a daily basis they're paying out multiple tens of thousands of dollar jackpots.
That's what he said. He said he said it's like the lotto. There's always winners.
Yeah.
Always winners. And that's what you do. He said it was entertainment. Go and entertain yourself. For
and
a
their
little while.
customer service is second to none too. They take really good care of you.
Mano, how are we doing time-wise? Our producer, Mano, you're doing an amazing job, by the way. Thank you. Okay, so it's time to wrap it up. Just a couple of more things to mention that I've been enjoying on Netflix. If you're a football fan, Quarterbacks with Burrows, Goff, and Cousins. Interesting documentary, interesting peek behind the scenes.
Is that a law firm or
Yeah,
Burrows, Goff, and
could
Cousins?
be.
How can I direct the call?
If you're an NFL fan, you're familiar with those names, and it's behind the scenes at their houses at practice. It's it's a documentary about the quarterbacks. All of this stuff is produced by the Manning brothers, Eli and
Really? Peyton?
Yeah, and Peyton. Yeah, they've.
Did you see the promo with Peyton and his son?
I did with
Wasn't that
Marshall.
good?
Yeah, wasn't that good?
Yeah.
Was the opening to Sunday Night Football. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was terrific. Hard Knocks with the Buffalo Bills on Crave, very good. And yes, somebody said, "Are you watching Rebuild?" I am. It's okay. It's the story of the Canadians' rebuild on Crave. It's in season 2. That's the other thing I wanted to mention. And I think that's pretty much it, Ted.
I believe
it's time
so.
for us to say good day.
It is.
It is.
Good day to you, sir.
Okay, here's the checklist. Don't forget, terryandtedpodcast.com. That's the way to send us a note. That's the way to find the episodes wherever you like to listen to your podcasts. If you watch this on YouTube, go to our website, standingbythepodcast.com. No, don't do that. I fuck this up every week.
If you watch this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button.
At terryandtedpodcast.com.
Well, even at YouTube, like you'll see the subscribe button.
Well,
right
this
there.
is the thing.
Okay.
If you're looking for the YouTube episode,
Right.
go to our website, terryandtedpodcast.com, and you'll see at the top it says click here for the YouTube
Oh, there you go.
episode.
Yeah.
You go to the YouTube channel, and please subscribe.
Please do.
It's a big help to us
Yeah.
for some reason. I don't know.
Well,
why.
it's because we're building our YouTube channel from the ground up. We were on the Pantelis
Yes.
YouTube channel before.
Yes.
Now we have our own YouTube channel.
So that would be a big favor to
Yeah.
us. Okay. So thank you. We do have places to follow us, Terry and Ted Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Okay. And if you leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, it apparently helps us a lot. Unless you say, this thing is a piece of shit, that doesn't help us at all. But if
Hey,
you'd like
talk good about us, talk bad about us, just talk about us.
Okay, that is that's the checklist that I wanted to do before we left, and we'll be back next week with another episode. With a huge thank you to our executive producer Jessica Dion and Mano, not Mano. Mano is
Drop
sick,
that
though.
last N.
Yeah, Mano was our producer. Great job, Mano.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you
well done,
very
Mano.
much. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see some of the nice touches Mano added to the show this week, and we will see you next week.
Standing By. The Terry and Ted Podcast is hosted by Terry DeMonte and Ted Bird and is brought to you by the UPS Store Canada. The executive producer of Standing By is Jessica Dion.